Oh. Namaste everyone. Last class we have seen the dukhyas, three types of dukhya: parinama dukhya, tapa dukkha and samskara dukhya. All three kinds of dukhya will be there in our life. And for a viveki, wise person, scholar person, everything is dukhya only, sorrows only. That's why the Sutra states, parinama tapa samskara dukhehi guna vritti virodhacha dukham eva sarvam vivekinaha. A viveki, for a viveki, everything is dukhya only. To reach the ultimate, everything you need to live that. So everything is sorrowful. But for a common person, everything is enjoyment, everything is happy. But for a viveki, everything is dukhyam. So explain sarvam dukhyam for him. Now this sutra will be learning what are the dukhyas and how to overcome all this sutra. Let's see all this dukhyas. It tells heyam dukhyam anagatam. Heyam dukhyam anagatam. Three phrases. Heyam dukhyam and anagatam. Heyam means which can be stopped or which can be delayed, which can be overcome or which can be seized. Simple word. Heyam. Heyam means can be or it can be, should be or it's possible. Means it's possible. You can take. What? Dukhyam. Dukhyam means sorrows. Earlier sutra we discussed like sorrow, three types of sorrow: parinama, tapa, samskara. That is the one phrase. Another side you can take like adhyatmika, adhibhautika and adhidaivika. That also one kind of dukhya. So all this kind of dukhya, apart from that, gunavritti virodhacha means the againstness of the gunas. Sattva they want to go up, they will make you to go up, lifting up. Rajoguna will make you normal and tamaguna will make you down. So they also have their against nature. So everything is depends, everything is filled with dukhya. So that dukhya can be, that kind of dukhya we discuss like this. Here dukhya you can take like adhyatmika, adhyavisika, and adhidaivika. Apart from that, one more dukkha is there, like parinama dukkha. Last sutra we discussed parinama dukkha, tapa dukkha, tapa, and samskara. One more dukkha is there, that is called gunavritti virodha, the against nature in between the gunas. Between the gunas. So sattva will be some other nature, rajasguna will be very nature, some other nature, and tamasguna will be some other nature. So these three kinds of dukhya, we are talking about these three. Dukhyam, anagatam. Agatam means already came, experience. An, here is one line either, an. Agatam means already experience, earlier, yesterday, day before yesterday, experience. Anagatam means not came, means yet to come, in future. So here anagatam word stands for future dukhya or the future sorrows. So what is the meaning of this sutra? It tells heyam dukhyam anagatam. Heyam means it can be rooted out, it can be cut out, it can be delayed or seized. What can be seized? Dukhyam, the sorrows in the three level. Adhyatmika, adhibhautika, adhidaivika, so one level. Second level is called, Ali Sutra discuss like parinama, tapa, samskara dukhya or gunavritti virodha dukhya, means the against nature in the gunas. So these three dukhyas can be overcome, but the dukhya should be anagatam, upcoming dukhya, not past dukhya, not present dukhya. For example, now at present you don't have job. If I ask, if you don't have job, this dukhya how you can overcome? You cannot overcome because this is the dukhya for present. You did something wrong in past, that's why you are getting this result. Okay, so if you, what you can do, you can make this time, use this time nicely, so your upcoming dukhya, maybe next 5 years, you can make good. So upcoming dukhya will be destroyed, will be heyam, cut it out. Okay, If you don't know how to drive a car, you should learn that driving. So the dukkha is today you don't know. But if you learn today, tomorrow the dukkha will go. If you don't have money, you just work for that. Today you don't have money, tomorrow it will come. So tomorrow dukkha will go. So whatever the dukkha you have already experienced in your earlier birth or this birth, or you're experiencing now in present, maybe family dukkha, family pressure, relation pressure, academic pressure, whatever the pressure may be, you cannot avoid it, because whatever you did earlier time, that only the result. So that whatever you do, result will be there. Based on this concept, so if you do something good in this time, today, so future dukkha, the upcoming problem will avoid it, will be delayed. That only explain here, the dukkha means the future problem or future sorrows. Anagatam, na agatam dukkha. Earlier dukkha we have already experienced. For example, in 10th standard, I got in mathematics 0. Can I change that? No, I cannot change. It's already there, past. If we think about that dukkha that I got 0, okay, so what will I do? I cannot do anything. I cannot change my that past. Okay, I loses 5,000 from in the road, fall from my pocket 5 years before. If I think about that, can I change that? No, it already passed. In present, what happened? I forgot to bring my key. Okay, I forgot to take the light in night time. What I will do? Result will be there. In upcoming time, what you can do? So that we should not face that kind of problem. What kind of problem is upcoming problem? Like I should keep in memory where I kept the key, where I kept these things, so that our upcoming problem will be avoided. So here this sutra stands for Heyam Dukhyam Anagatam. Anagatam means upcoming dukkha. Tomorrow what dukkha we are going to face, day after tomorrow, that can be stopped today. If you practice something, tomorrow you are going to get a job. How can you get? Suppose you don't have job, you are in dukkha. Tomorrow you are going to get job. How you can get? Today, if you prepare today, then only you can get job. Otherwise you cannot get. So that dukkha, upcoming dukkha can be avoided, can be stopped by practicing some certain method. We are telling about that dukkha. Heyam dukkha anagatam. That dukkha, that problem or that sorrow can be avoided. Not earlier or not present. The upcoming dukkha. By certain practicing stool. So this is the meaning of this sutra. So last sutra we discussed regarding the upcoming dukkha can be avoided. The upcoming dukkha means which is not came. Okay, yet to come. That dukkha can be avoided. Means what dukkha we have experienced in earlier birth or earlier age and we are experiencing now in present cannot avoid. Because the result we have to accept. Because the karma, the action we already taken. Now the question is, what action we are doing now present that can affect our future. So if we do good work, future will be good. If we do bad, future will be bad. So the upcoming bad work or bad result, dukkha, can be avoided if you work nicely in present. So that's why that what states or the sutra states, Heyam Dukhyam Anagatam. The upcoming sorrows can be avoided, can be stopped. And this sutra it explained what is the cause for this dukkha. Why this dukkha happened. So to know that, we need to look for this sutra. This is Drashtu Drishtayoho Sanyoga Hetu. Drashtu Drishtayoho Sanyoga Hetu. Drashtu Drishtayoho Sanyoga Hetu. We need to understand. Hetuhu means cause or karanam. Take the word as cause or the reason or the karanam. The karana of telling here, Heyam means dukhyam. Like that Ali Sutra says, Heyam dukhyam anagatam. Heyam means it can be. And here it can be means which can be and what can be? Dukkha can be. Here Heyam means then sorrow. Sorrows or dukkha. So the cause of dukkha is sanyoga. Sanyoga means the connection, the relations. Samyak yoga sanyoga. Means the relation or connection. So the connection between something will be there. Maybe connection between mobile and headphone will be cause for now brain tumor. Okay. Maybe the connection between my tongue and the good food. It may be cause for the diabetes or fatty obesity. Okay. So here explain Hetu, the Karanam of Dukhya, sorrows, is Sanyoga. Sanyoga means connection. Now question comes, which connection, what connection? He is telling Drashta Drashyoho. Drashta. Drashta means the seer, observer. Take observer. Drishya means observed item or observed entity. Observed entity. What is the observed entity? Here Drishya. Drashta you can say observer, which means Purusha. Another word you can take, this is called as Purusha, and Drishya is called as Prakriti. Okay. This Purusha means special Purusha or Purusha Vishesha. Okay. If not they want to use Purusha, it stands for Purusha Vishesha. So the Sanyoga, the connection between Drashta and Drishya, Purusha and Prakriti, it leads to Dukhya and the Karana for Dukhya. For example, what is the karana for unsuccess or failure? Because you are not tried for that, or you have not any interest towards that. For example, you preparing for any race, maybe 100 meters, 200 meters, and you lose that, you got failed in that. What is the karana for that? It maybe you was not very good expert in running, or maybe your preparation was not good. Okay, so you feel dukhya, fail. So here is telling what is the cause for dukhya is sanyoga, connection. The connection between drashta and drishya, purusha and prakriti. The quality of purusha is different and the prakriti quality is different. According to Sankhya and Yoga, these two entities, purusha and prakriti, both are eternal, truth. You cannot divide it, you cannot say that prakriti is anitya or is false. No. Akpani Sutra will be talking like Kritartham Pati Nashtam Pyanashtam Charna Sadhanartha. This Sutra state prakriti is nitya for others, common person, and it's anitya those who realize. So here you cannot say that prakriti is anitya, prakriti is nitya. But when they comes together, sanyoga, like Pangu and Labat, blind person and a handicapped person, when they come together, they only start the journey. And the journey leads to evolution, like Purusha, Prakriti and all these things. And the evolution leads to samsara. And samsara is the cause for jala, maya jala or samsara jala. So the concept is that you need to go beyond the samsara. So you need to go through the up to Prakriti. You should know the separation, not samyoga. So the separation knowledge is called Viveka Jnanam. The separation knowledge is called Kaivalyam or Mukti. Here what happens, separation is not going on. They are getting sanyoga. Purusha and Prakriti. Sanyoga leads to samsara or this manifestation. So here the sutra this tells the hetu, the karana for dukhya. Three types of dukhya explained, like parinama, tapa, samskara dukhya, and adhyatmika, adhibhautika, adhidaivika, plus the gunanam dukhya, okay, the against nature of the guna. So all this kind of dukhyas karana is sanyoga, the connection between these two, drishta and drishya. For example, you are driving a car, you meet an accident. What is the cause for the accident? Connection between you and other bike. Connection between your car or other bike, or your car with other car, your car with other vehicle. So that is the connection leads to dukhya, leads to accident. Here the connection between these two, drashta and drishya. Drashta means Purusha and Prakriti. Actually both are the different entities, but by mistake we mix these two. That is called Ashmita also. Okay, drashta drishya sanyoga means both we think as same. Ashmita. Dikdarshana Shaktiho Ekatta. The Ekatmata, oneness we think as Ashmita. That only the cause for dukhya. So here is telling this, and Ashmita is the cause for what? Avidya. Avidya is the root for all these things. So, and avidya is for kleshas. So the klesha becomes the pradhana, main thing. How we can overcome this all klesha, that we explain. Dhyana has tadvrittya, by practicing dhyana only. So here they explain this sutra. The cause for dukkha is the connection, the relation between these two, drashta and drishya. Drashta means purusha and drishya means prakriti. So our aim is to destroy the connection between these two, purusha and prakriti. We need to know both are the separate entity. Purusha is different, prakriti is different. When they come together, then evolution starts. That is not the aim for yoga. The aim of yoga is you need to go back from evolution to oneness, one entity, by having this two knowledge, viveka jnana. Viveka jnana means vishesha jnanam. Vishesha jnanam of purusha and vishesha jnanam of prakriti. That both are different. So this is the meaning of the sutra.